What does happiness mean to you? Is it something you're chasing? Perhaps it's tied to a goal, a relationship, or the approval of others. But have you ever paused to ask yourself this question: am I someone who makes myself happy? It's a question many people overlook. We look outward for joy, hoping others will fill the void within us. But what if I told you that true happiness begins not with what others do for you, but with how you treat yourself? Today, I want to share with you the profound truth about creating happiness from within and how you can become the person who brings yourself joy. Happiness is like this river, calm, flowing, and ever present. But often, we muddy the waters with expectations, comparisons, and the pursuit of things that only bring fleeting joy. When I first became a monk, I thought I had to give up happiness to live a life of discipline. But what I discovered was quite the opposite. One evening, as I swept the monastery courtyard under a star-filled sky, my teacher approached me and asked, "Are you happy, my child?" I hesitated. I had spent so much time trying to follow the rules and meet expectations that I hadn't stopped to reflect on my own well-being. He smiled and said, "Happiness is not found in perfection or in others. It's found in how you choose to nurture your own heart." So, how do we become someone who makes ourselves happy? It starts with understanding what happiness truly is. Happiness is not a destination or a prize to be won. It's a state of being, cultivated through self-awareness, kindness, and alignment with our true selves. The first step is learning to enjoy your own company. In today's world, we're surrounded by noise, social media, endless notifications, the opinions of others. But have you ever spent time alone, truly alone, without distractions? I once met a man who told me he dreaded being by himself because it made him feel empty. I invited him to spend a day in silence at the monastery. At first, he was restless, uncomfortable. But by evening, he said, "I've never felt so at peace." The silence helped him see that his worth was not tied to external things, it was something he carried within. When you learn to find joy in solitude, you realize you don't need constant validation from the world. You begin to fill your own cup instead of waiting for others to pour into it. The second step is to align your actions with your values. Often, unhappiness comes from living a life that doesn't feel authentic. Perhaps you're in a job that drains you or in relationships that don't nourish your soul. Ask yourself, am I living in a way that reflects who I truly am? Let me share another story. There was a young woman who visited the monastery, burdened by feelings of unhappiness. She said, "I try so hard to please everyone, yet I feel empty." I asked her, "When was the last time you did something just for you, something that brought you joy?" She couldn't remember. So, I gave her a simple task. Every morning, before doing anything else, spend 5 minutes doing something that makes you smile. It could be listening to a favorite song, sipping tea mindfully, or journaling. A month later, she returned, glowing with newfound energy. She said, "I stopped living for others and started living for myself." Another important lesson is to embrace simplicity. In our pursuit of happiness, we often complicate life with endless desires and expectations. But true joy is found in appreciating the small, beautiful moments, the warmth of sunlight on your skin, the laughter of a friend, or the quiet stillness of dawn. When I was a novice monk, I used to envy the senior monks' wisdom and peace. One day, my teacher gave me a single task: sit by the river and observe it for an hour. At first, I felt restless, thinking of all the things I could be doing instead. But gradually, I began to notice the beauty in the ripples, the reflections of the sky, the gentle movement of the water. When the hour ended, I felt a deep sense of calm. That simple moment taught me that happiness is always present, we just need to slow down enough to notice it. Lastly, practice gratitude. Gratitude is the gateway to joy. When you focus on what you have rather than what you lack, you shift your perspective from scarcity to abundance. Each morning, before I begin my day, I pause to give thanks for the breath in my lungs, the opportunities to learn, and the chance to serve others. Gratitude doesn't erase life's challenges, but it helps us face them with a lighter heart. Remember, the more you appreciate the small joys in your life, the more happiness you create for yourself. So, my dear friends, the next time you feel unhappy, don't look outward for the answer. Instead, ask yourself, am I being someone who makes me happy? Treat yourself with kindness, live authentically, embrace simplicity, and practice gratitude. When you do, you'll discover that happiness was never something to chase, it was something to nurture within. Thank you for sharing this moment with me. May you walk this journey with love and light in your heart. Until we meet again, may you find happiness not in the world around you, but in the person you become.